BlakGooseTV family, what's good with it? Y'all already know, man. This upcoming weekend, we got Errol Spence versus Ugas. I can't wait. As always, we're going to do a Fluence Lounge for that this Saturday, so make sure y'all tune in. But it's only right that I react to the most recent face-off between Ugas and Errol Spence. And if y'all don't know, man, Errol Spence, he's been a lot more vocal in the lead up to this fight in reference to what his future is going to be. You know, a lot of times he kind of sat back and, kind of, played a certain game with us. He was like, hey, if it's there, it's there. I'm going to fight him if I want to fight him, if it makes sense, you know what I'm saying? Or I'm just going to fight whoever's put in front of me. But this particular not press conference, but excuse me, this particular press run when it comes to, building up the hype for this fight, he's been asked a whole lot of different questions when it comes to the future of his, boxing career, who he wants to fight, etc. And we've finally seen Errol Spence call out these specific names, saying, yes, this is who I want. This is who I want to see next. You know what I'm saying? I don't see much time left in my career, so I want to make sure I utilize it and make the most of whatever time is left. With one of the main people he's targeted and focusing on and calling out being Terrence Crawford, something in my opinion I have not seen that much in the previous years. Now, some of you guys can easily say, no, that's not the case. You just don't follow Earl enough. Like I just learned yesterday, you know what I'm saying, when I thought it was brand new news about there being a second car crash, I learned that apparently he had spoke about it before because, some of you guys are much bigger fans of Errol Spence than I am. So you guys heard him talk about it. Me personally, I respect Errol Spence, but I'm not a big fan of him. So I can only go off what I know, what's in my head, and me be 100% honest with you. And if you guys want to tell me I'm wrong, tell me I'm wrong. Tell me why I'm wrong. Show me the information of why I'm wrong, and I have no problem acknowledging I was wrong. You hear me? That's just part of being a goddamn man. But with all that being to the side, let's go ahead and react to this particular video. Obviously, it's Errol Spence and Ugas having a head-up face-off because we have the big fight coming up, as you can see right here, April 16th. But I'm all in, baby. I'm so excited for this fight. I think it's going to be a motherfucking barn burner. I just can't wait. But let's go ahead and get into it. Yordenis right here. By the way, Earl is in crazy shape for this fight. Crazy shape. I will say this. I don't know what type of shoes Ugas is wearing, whatever the case may be. I didn't know Ugas was this big. Ugas is a big boy.
Here we go. The WBA.
Ugas is a big boy.
The unified champion, the WBC.
I'm like, weight-wise, I don't know how they'll end up being, once they rehydrate, because I'm like looking at the two, it looks like Errol Spence is definitely cutting more weight than Ugas. Interesting. Errol Spence. That was interesting. Check this out. Let me go back real quick. I'm not one of those guys where I can read emotions on type of shit or make something out of a face-off. But look, Earl is ready. He's ready for the face-off. Ugas is getting ready. Look, he's still staring right there. Now Ugas is like, all right, let's get this. Let's make this joint intense. By the way, Errol Spence Jr. intense face-off. It's not that intense. But look, let's get it. You know what I'm saying? I'm looking in your eyes. Ugas was good with it. That's good. I'm looking in your eyes. Earl was good with it. Earl's like, okay, I'm done. I don't gotta do it too much. That's why I like Earl. He don't over make shit over dramatic. I ain't trying to be extra with none of this shit. Both of these niggas look like they cutting hella weight. Like Ugas looks like he's trying to keep his goddamn eyes open from the weight cut, and Errol Spence looks goddamn depleted. He looks dehydrated in a goddamn motherfucker. I'm just gonna be 100 with you. Oh, let me turn off this music. I'm probably gonna get copyright claiming for that. It's already too late. But Earl looks dehydrated. Looks like it's a rough weight cut for him. Ugas, he looks a little bit better, but he has this. When I'm looking in his eyes, I see a little kind of like a blank stare. So that tells me both these guys are in the deep of their weight cut. So I think the last thing they're thinking about is standing in front of motherfuckers and holding belts and taking pictures. They probably just like, I want to get this goddamn weight cut over. That's what I'm seeing. I could be easily wrong. I'm probably 100% wrong, but from what I'm seeing, I'm like, both of these men look like, man, cool. I'm ready to fight, all that good stuff, but let's get this goddamn weight cut over, man. We in the nitty gritty of this goddamn thing. You know what I'm saying? But once again, man, Ugas is a big boy. I didn't know Ugas was that big, man. He's clearly bigger than Errol Spence, as far as height wise. I don't know, once they end up, rehydrating what their, in-ring weight's going to be, because weight is really, when it comes to fighting, that's the most important factor. It's not height. But Ugas is a big boy. So that's going to be interesting to see how Earl handles it. I think Earl still has a longer reach than Ugas by a couple inches, but yeah, I will say this. It definitely wasn't an intense face-off. There was no animosity there. So it's gonna be respect between two warriors. Whenever I see that, I know that means it's gonna be a fire ass fight. But ultimately, if you want my prediction, or not my prediction, but you want my analytical perspective of what this particular face off was, I seen two guys in the midst of their weight cut. Like, hey, we here to do our fucking job. I'm here so I won't get fined on some Marshawn Lynch shit. We'll probably see a lot more, nitty gritty, a little bit more animosity, or maybe a little bit more emotion from both of them when it comes to the actual, weigh-ins and face-off. But what I'm saying is two guys who are in the middle of a weight cut, two big boys in the middle of a weight cut. They're like, hey man, I'm here so I don't get fined. But y'all let me know what y'all think. Drop it in the comments below if you disagree with me. Are y'all like me right now? Were you surprised how much bigger Ugas looks than Errol Spence? Or is this something that y'all been on? I knew Ugas was a big boy, but I didn't know he was that much bigger than Errol. So I don't know. Drop in the comments, comment. I've been told you I need y'all to comment on every video. I don't care what the fuck you got to say. Just comment on that joint. Like the video, subscribe to the channel, show some love.